journey it's been. After 21 hours of travel from OR Tambo with layovers in Doha and Delhi, we finally made it to Leh. Navigating the transfer from international to domestic in Delhi was a bit of a maze, but we figured it out. And that final flight into Leh, absolutely unforgettable. Flying over the snow-capped Himalayas, we were glued to the window. The adventure starts now. We're ready to dive into the breathtaking landscapes and rich culture Leh has to offer. Sure, the high altitude is a challenge, but we're up for it. Let's go.
Die bubbles evaporate net so.
Day 1 in Leh kicked off with a warm Indian breakfast and steaming masala chai, fuel for our first ride on the legendary Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, the ultimate companion for conquering Ladakh. Powered by a 452cc liquid-cooled engine delivering around 40 horsepower, this beast is built to tackle everything from smooth highways to rocky mountain trails. With its long travel Showa suspension, switchable ABS, and a 6-speed gearbox, the ride is smooth, stable and packed with confidence even at high altitude. Our destination? The stunning confluence of the Indus and Zanskar Rivers, and what a ride it was, with winding mountain roads, sweeping views and that crisp high altitude air. We made a few epic stops. We wrapped up the day wandering Leh Market, then tucked into a fiery local dinner at Hotel Zonde. We left Leh behind and headed for the majestic Nubra Valley, crossing the iconic Khardung La Pass, one of the world's highest motorable roads. The views, the experience was truly extraordinary. Ladakh shares borders with both China and Pakistan, making it a region of high strategic and military significance for India. The Indian government and armed forces prioritise excellent road infrastructure here to ensure rapid troop movement, supply transport and national security. Nubra was once a vital stop on the Silk Road trade route connecting India to Central Asia. As a result, it's a melting pot of Tibetan, Balti and Ladakhi cultures. Villages like Turtuk, which was part of Pakistan until 1971, had a deep historical and cultural layer, showcasing Balti architecture, Islamic traditions and apricot orchards unlike anywhere else in Ladakh. We stopped for a relaxed lunch by the riverside in Khalsa, soaking in the serenity, before continuing to the Diskit Monastery, a spiritual highlight steeped in history and the peace of the Himalayas. Nubra is also home to the Diskit Monastery, one of the oldest and largest in Ladakh, featuring a massive Maitreya Buddha statue overlooking the valley. The spiritual energy here is palpable, offering both peace and perspective to travellers. Our day ended in Hunder, where we encountered something truly magical, the double-humped Bactrian camels grazing in the cold desert. Mountains, monasteries, camels, and culture. This was a day for the books.
Dat is hoe mensen de dag afsluiten.
The journey of Turtuk is filled with bridges, people, and apricot orchards. After breakfast, we hit the road from Nubra to Turtuk, a remote village with a powerful past, once part of Pakistan-administered Baltistan, until 1971. The route was pure Himalayan enchantment, towering cliffs, shifting landscapes, and snow-dusted peaks. We crossed narrow wooden bridges on our motorbikes with the river rushing below and the wind in our faces. Turtuk welcomed us with its famous apricot orchards, vibrant green fields, and warm, Balti hospitality. Wandering through the village's narrow lanes felt like stepping into another time. From a viewpoint at the edge of Turtuk, we even caught a glimpse of Pakistan, a surreal and humbling moment. Temperature swings between seasons are extreme and dramatic, an actual test of resilience for its residents. Summers in this remote village, nestled near the India-Pakistan border, are pleasant and mild, with daytime temperatures ranging from 15 degrees to 38 degrees C. This short growing season is when villagers cultivate apricots, barley and buckwheat, stockpiling food for the long, harsh winter ahead. In winter, temperatures often plummet to minus 30 degrees C or lower, and the village can be completely cut off due to snow-covered passes. Homes in Turtuk are built with thick stone walls, and traditional wood-burning stoves called bukari are used to keep interiors warm. Survival depends on meticulous preparation, drying fruits, preserving grains, storing firewood, and maintaining strong community bonds. Despite the bitter cold, the Balti people of Turtuk continue to live with remarkable warmth, hospitality, and a deep connection to their land. After nearly 160 kilometers of riding, we returned to Hunder, exhausted, exhilarated, and grateful. Pangong Lake, rugged roads, high passes. Today we embarked on our longest ride yet, 240 kilometers, from Nubra to Pangong Lake via the Royal Valley. We left early, crossing rugged off-road terrain, icy river crossings, and soaring passes. Quick breaks at Agam, Warila, 5,200 meters, and Khardung La Pass, 5,400 meters, kept the adrenaline high.
Lekker!
Like a dream, we arrived at Pangong Lake, a shimmering expanse of blue stretching into the sky. Perched at an altitude of over 4,300 meters in the Himalayas, is one of the most mesmerizing and surreal natural wonders in India. Stretching over 134 kilometers, this high-altitude lake is unique in that it spans two countries, India and China, with about two-thirds of its length lying in Chinese territory. What sets Pangong apart is its ever-changing palette. The lake dramatically shifts colors throughout the day, from crystal clear turquoise to deep sapphire blue and even golden hues at sunset. After spending the night under a sky full of stars, we set off early the next day back to Leh via Khardung La Pass, again climbing from 4,500 meters to 5,400 meters, the fastest crossing our guide had ever seen. This marked the final ride of our Ladakh adventure. A bittersweet moment, but what an epic journey it's been.
Dis hoe mense 'n dag afsluit.